Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss, for Thursday, September 20th, 2018. This is a look at the ES right now. What you'll notice here is that price has broken to new highs. New highs here beyond the 2920s. We mentioned before that this pullback here was a good pullback. Stayed within the pivot range, a nice outside day up, so a bullish outside reversal. That all suggested more upside. Yesterday we had basically a trading range day, an absorption day that stayed between the previous high and the previous close throughout the day. Right now seeing an early break to the upside, but price needs to continue to hold 2920s on this early move. If so, we could continue to see overall uptrending behavior. We're only at 44% of average range here for the day. We've been averaging about 20.5 points per day. We're at 9. So if you add, say, another 10 to 11 points to the upside here, you're starting to reach the 2930s. So again, we have potential more upside here, but if any failure at 2920 happens, that could be a significant rejection of these highs and could open up more of a return later on. So again, got to make sure that price remains above 2920 overall in a day type like this. Taking a look at the NQ, you'll see the NQ again. I mentioned before that the trend remains intact. Everything remains structurally intact for this market to squeeze again. Last time it wasn't an easy move. It took way longer than it needed to, and then the squeeze was very quick. The time before that it took a while and the squeeze was rather quick, and then kind of fizzled. So I mean, again, each time it'll be a little different. This one has built up quite a bit of energy in here. I think that the next squeeze could be pretty significant and takes us to 7,800 rather quickly, perhaps within 5 to 7 days. Again, I'm looking for another 8 sessions or so where this thing likely rallies into about 7,800 toward the end of the month. And again, with this market here, we're right at the edge, we're right at the cusp, because a failure to hold the 7440s here would open up more downside, perhaps back into 72 15s and 70 50s. So you have two downside targets here, but again, given the nature of this market, everything seems poised for another squeeze. Today goes a long way towards squeezing, as yesterday was an inside day. If price, again, very similar to the ES, can continue to hold, say, 7,500 today, there could be much more upside towards 76 and much more beyond that. Failure to hold 7,500 would be pretty weak and could open up some sort of shakeout leg ahead. Alright, let's take a look at crude oil. Now, crude is one that could be on the verge of selling off pretty significantly here. We had a big day up yesterday, a stop run day through 70. In the trading room, we knew that basically anything above 70.5 has not seen much acceptance. And so even with the break and hold above it yesterday, I'm still cautious that there could be a failure here, and already we're starting to see that. We see prices failing above 71s, which has been the case on the last 2 rotations prior, and now again the third, even before that. And so we're starting to see it now already dropping below 7100 and dropping as low as 7060s right now. Again, any pullback to 71 could be a great selling opportunity for a shot at dropping this thing back towards 69. That could be a move of 1.5 to 2 points back to that target. So again, any pullback right now could be a selling opportunity into 71s. Anything above 71 is a gift right now, and that could be an easy pullback. And again, it doesn't have to go to new lows. It just needs to come back to about 69 to 69.30, and it could be at a high probability zone. Again, that could be 1.5 to 2 points from an entry. So again, this could be pretty significant. At some point down the road, we will see a breakout through 7100, and that could be significant. That could be a stop run day that really takes us through the zone. We just haven't seen that. Bears have kept this area well defended, and it's happening again. And on an intraday basis, we could be on a trend day down over the next day to 2 days. So keep that in mind. Taking a look now at, let's look at Bitcoin here. Bitcoin is up 0.4%. Outside day yesterday. Nice rejection. You can actually see a rejection tail here at these lows. 6K, well defended. So I do have to say that 6K continues to be a zone that Bitcoin believers continue to defend at all costs. Anytime you're below it, even by a little bit, it's the only day it's going to be below it. And that's still been the case. We got as low as 60.50 yesterday, already back almost 400 points off that zone. And again, that could be the early signal that we pop back towards 7K. And I wouldn't much do it beyond that just now, but we're getting to a point where something's got to give. It can go a little more sideways, but something's got to give, and it could be a significant move. So again, keeping an eye on this zone here off of 7K suggests that we could bounce as high as 7, off the 6K up to 7K, and maybe as high as 72. Value has shifted lower, which is very significant, and with value shifting lower, for it to go bid would be a big deal, and that could be a case for a price likely seeing an upward price discovery phase back toward prior HVNs. So that would be a significant development, so keep an eye on VPOC. Lastly, looking at the YM, this one has been full force to the upside, very, very strong and bullish overall. We've had some rotation out of certain stocks like cloud stocks, for example, and into some of these other stocks that have been more traditional, like defense, for example. And so we've had a very nice rally here in the YM over the last several days. Nice failed new low and outside day 2 days back, and we've continued higher. This is similar to what the ES could do here very soon. Right now we're kind of at this point in the ES just above prior highs. 2, 3 days, 5 days out, we could be much, much higher again. YM trending higher outside of R3 in the intraday 1 minute chart, 512 tick chart. All those is trending higher above R3, and that suggests more upside. So again, very bullish start here for the YM. ES and NQ playing catch up at this time. Alright, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck and trade well.